Good afternoon, and I'll be speaking about my fear of flying long distances and how I overcome it. Now, the main issue for me for flying long distances are a series of problems. The first problem is having to sit in a small place for a long period of time. Now, I'm a person who fidgets around a lot and I keep moving around, my arms, my legs and all that, not respecting the private space of other people. So the thing which would really be hard for me is having to sit in one place. Second problem for me was having to eat very less or too much. Now, I didn't really know how to control myself of how much should I eat in a flight, and that was a big problem for me leading up to this flight. The third problem was being bored. Now, being bored is something which everybody goes through in a flight like this, and I was flying in a French airline, and I thought that all the movies in this airline would be in French, so I really was wondering how will I pass my time in this flight. Now, the fourth problem was how my sleep pattern would be messed up and how I would not be able to sleep properly at all, not just in the flight but even after the flight. Now leading up to the flight, I thought a lot about this and I came up with a series of plans of what I could do to overcome all these issues. So to overcome the first problem, what I did was to make my seat extended or just make it comfortable for myself. But then the person behind me seemed to be very tall and I could not really do that. That really didn't work out well. And the air hostess had to come and scold me and all that. Now the second problem was my plan to eat little. I ate too little and later on, when the air hostess were at break, I could not really ask for more food and I really was at a predicament at that point of time. Now the third problem was I tried to watch too many movies to pass my time, and trust me, in a 7-hour flight, I don't think you would want to do that. That's not a good idea. And maybe you should try sleeping. That's a much better idea. Because later on, I had lots of problems and I could not sleep properly, and I also had fever and lots of headache. Now, I realized from the mistakes which I had, and the next time while flying back, I made sure I did not make these mistakes. So I'll tell you what I did on the way back. Now, the first thing was that make sure you find your personal space and you are able to sit somewhere near the window seat if you fidget around a lot. Because normally what happens is that if you sit in the middle, you'll be stuck in the middle of two people around you, and that's really uncomfortable if you ask me. The second thing to overcome the problem of eating, make sure that if you feel hungry after small intervals, you carry some extra fruits or chocolates along with you so you can eat them along the flight. The third thing is that, as I said earlier, don't watch too many movies in the flight because that's really going to hurt your eyes, because at one point, after a point of time, even the pilots just switch off the lights in the flight and that really hurts your eyes. Now, I followed all these procedures on my flight back home, and I had a great time. So these are the ways you can overcome your fear of flying, and happy flying days.